Hi, this is Alicia from Green Light Healing, and today I'm talking about 3 benefits of receiving energy healing. Um, a lot of people get energy healing because they want to feel calmer and more balanced, and that is one of the benefits. It's one of the top benefits of energy healing. So you could say it's like mental, emotional calm and balance. Um, Perhaps things that used to bother you may start to not bother you, or they'll just bother you a lot less than before. Um, Sometimes that's the reason for having a session. Sometimes that's a really nice side effect. That basically you feel calmer and you handle stress better, whether that's just, ongoing life stresses. Sometimes you kind of stop being bothered by old memories or old events. For some people, it's kind of phobias, that kind of thing. Well, one example is when I started learning kinesiology, I was really brand new. I think I'd done exactly one module, and I went home by plane um, back to South Africa from Hong Kong. So that's a long journey, and I'm not scared of flying, but I don't like turbulence, and it wakes me up, and I just feel a little on edge, or at least I did. Um, so after that single weekend, I just noticed I was extremely calm the whole flight. I probably got more sleep than I normally do on a flight, um, you know, that kind of thing. And I just thought, wow, this must have been the the kinesiology. Obviously, when you're learning, you do kind of quite a lot of sessions in a row, and just overall, my system was so calm. Um, Obviously, things will happen to us, or we'll encounter other experiences that will be new stresses in our life. So I'm not saying that it's a one and done kind of thing, but I'm also not saying that you need to have kinesiology all the time. What I'm saying is it helps to release, open a little release valve, and then you get rid of some things and you have an increased capacity to cope with life as it is, or the new things that may come in. All right. Um, Second benefit is increased physical comfort. So that can be anything from muscle tension gets less or goes away, uh, better sleep, more energy, improved digestion and elimination, those kinds of physical things. So because, we're a physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, energetic kind of creatures, we're multifaceted. So it makes sense that a disruption to our energy can impact any one of those facets. And our physical health has a lot of different aspects, so a number of things could go a little bit wonky if you're in need of energy healing, and therefore when you have energy healing, things can be restored. I cannot tell you how many times after a session people say, oh, I slept so much better, oh, I've got so much more energy now. And sometimes they haven't even told me that they had low energy before. It's an effect of doing the energy healing. Oh, my constipation's not bothering me anymore, which is a nice thing to experience. So you have this extra capacity for your body to work well, your body mind system, because if you think about it, we've taken some loads off. We've swept away some energetic dust bunnies, and dealt with those things, so then your system just works the way it's supposed to. The third benefit is that with kinesiology sessions, especially, I like that because there's lots of different types of energy healing. I'm talking about kinesiology sessions specifically because, I often, I'm looking for emotional events, that kind of disrupted my client's energy. And that could be things from the past, or the current their current situation. Anyway, so the client, when I explain, okay, well, this seems to be showing as a stress, or it looks like there's a work situation that happened, last year, blah, 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 something like that. They end up learning more about themselves, and about how those events actually really did affect them. And the thing is, I'm dealing a lot with things in the subconscious and the energy field. So a lot of times people have consciously processed an old event, and you might get surprised by what shows up. That's what I'm trying to say, because sometimes I still get a really old thing show up, and I was like, oh, I thought didn't really bother me in my waking life, but it's showing up somewhere else, like in my sleep, or I'm clenching my jaw at night, something like that. My point was that when you learn more about yourself, it helps you understand the patterns of your life. It helps you understand yourself more. You can use it for personal and spiritual growth. Or, you know, that kind of happens as a side effect of doing energy work. And ultimately you develop greater self-compassion. And then if you know, as a healer, you develop more compassion for others. Or, you know, if you understand how emotional events can impact our health and our behavior, that helps you be kinder to other people as well. So I'll give an example. A client of mine, you know, recently she had this emotion show up as part of a session. She was suffering from headaches and just feeling really exhausted and things like that. And this emotion word showed, and it was the word morose. And you know, it showed up a lot in the last couple of years. I found maybe 4 or 5 different events and times. And, you know, it was things, the triggers of that emotion were things like COVID, how her government was and is handling the pandemic, friends, family, a new client's kind of less than professional behavior, and then like being overloaded at work, being worried about money, those kinds of things. So this emotion kept being triggered by different events, and I had to clear that to help her headache. So what I'm trying to say is she was able to reflect on all of those things and think, yeah, you know what, it has actually been quite a tough couple of years, so no wonder I was feeling rubbish. But it's good to discover these things and then clear them out energetically, and that's my job, and that's what I do. So sometimes what comes up in a session as a factor underlying your current issue is not what you think. So sometimes there are surprises. And then one other caveat that I did want to put in there is that sometimes along the healing journey, you know, if you want to unblock a drain, you need to kind of swish the water around and, you know, move things around. And so sometimes people do feel a little bit worse at first, or it takes them a while to feel better. You know, they may feel like, okay, I kind of still feel the same, and then it takes a couple of sessions before they feel an improvement. So you might feel more agitated as something is on its way out. So, but the real thing here is a change is a sign that it's moving and shifting. So for some people, like if they have body pain, the change may be, the pain may move location slightly, or the quality may change. Like it might, you know, be a dull pain instead of it was normally a throbbing pain, that kind of thing. Pay attention to those things if you're going through a healing process, because it's a sign that something is shifting. In my case, when I have a headache, usually my headache gets worse right before it finishes and leaves. So that's kind of tacked on at the end of this, just to explain, you know, sometimes it's not like click your fingers and everything's better. Sometimes it is a little bit of a process. But there are signs along the way that things are moving, and those signs are increased physical comfort, increased self-compassion, or, you know, feeling like you understand more about yourself, and then also just a better ability to handle emotional and mental stress. All right, that's all from me for now. I will pop my links in the description below, but you can find me on www.greenlighthealing.net if you want to book a session or read a bit more about me on my blog. Thank you. Bye.